Welcome to Carry On, our weekly roundup of business travel and aviation news with Neville Gibson. The super jumbos are back. Passengers love them, airlines not so much, but they're back filling the skies. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's pretty good news all round, but there won't be any coming into New Zealand apart from Singapore Airlines a little later this year and then Emirates. But internationally, these A380s, which have been parked up for a couple of years, are being brought back. The latest one is Lufthansa, which had 14 altogether. It already sold off 6 of them, but 8 of them are going to come back, but it won't be till next year. The problem for the airlines is they're not getting a lot of new deliveries of aircraft, so they're left with trying to use the ones they've already got. The advantage with the super jumbos is that they can carry twice as many passengers as in a normal sized wide-body jet, but it does cost a lot more in terms of fuel. But they're charging much higher airfares, so they're not as loss-making as you might imagine. So that's why the 380s have come back. I think about a dozen airlines who already have them in the skies.
So passenger numbers are on the rise. This is about catching up supply of seats. Is that basically it? Or?
Yes, that's happening. There's a big demand for seats, not enough aircraft, because it takes quite a long time, several months, to bring back an aircraft to serviceability. But at the same time, they want to carry more passengers on one plane and cut down the number of schedules. This is due to the shortage of pilots and aircrew, which airlines have also been caught short with the rise in demand. They just haven't got the staff. And then when you look at the airports, as we talked about last week, airports can't handle the number of flights because of the same reasons.
Airbus is getting deeper involved, flying taxis, hydrogen fuel, things like this. What's the latest there?
Doesn't seem to be many of these activities that it isn't. It's got one of these flying taxi prototypes, and it's done a deal with Munich Airport they're working out the logistics of running them around airports in major cities. So they've formed a joint venture that's going to be marketing this to any other airport in the world that wants them. Secondly, on hydrogen fuel, where Airbus is also making a break, they've done a deal with a large gas company in Germany called Linde, and they're going to be doing the same sort of thing. So this is quite a big advance for Airbus getting into other activities other than just building large-scale aircraft.
Speaking of Airbus, Indian airline Jet Airways has a big order in the wings?
Yeah, their top private airline was Jet Airways, but it went bankrupt just before during the pandemic, and they pulled all their planes off. But they're wanting to rebuild their fleet of, basically narrow-bodied jets. The talk in India, none of this has been confirmed, is that it's going to be virtually all A320s and A220s, because it's largely a domestic operator, but the reports also say they're talking to Boeing and Embraer, but it looks like Airbus might get this order, and it's going to be worth around about $5.5 billion. So It's a big order.
In the Americas, 2 big airlines are getting together as well?
Yeah, it's unusual that the 2 airlines, they do a code share, but this is a larger than scale operation where Delta Airlines in North America and LATAM, which is the big South American carrier, are going to merge their networks, and that had to go through a lot of regulatory authorities in South America. It's been approved, but the US Department of Transportation has just given the green light to this agreement. So apart from 2 or 3 routes, that's going to make it a lot easier to travel around North and South America using just the one ticket.
You've also got a story this week which mentions Kim Kardashian, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, a private jet. What's all that about?
Private jet stakes. Kim has gone one better than Elon and Jeff.
Okay.
They've all got the 650 Gulfstreams, but she's gone and added some furnishings to it and a bit of a colour decoration, and she's added about $15 million worth of customisation. So her one's been valued at around about 150 million, which is much more than Jeff's one. Maybe not Elon's one, but I've got some pictures there of it. So it's
no chump change, is it? 150
and she can afford it. She's a billionaire celebrity and likes flying around the aircraft.
Finally as well, Qantas returning to Italy direct this time. What's going on
this is a big move because flying direct from Australia to the European continent is a big goal of Qantas, and they've been doing it from both Perth and Darwin to London, but now they've put Rome on the map, and that's going to be flying from Perth direct to Rome. So that's going to be the first time that an Australian aircraft or any aircraft of this size and passengers is going to be flying direct from Australia to continental Europe.
What's the rough flight time on that one, do you know?
Around about 17 hours.
Wow, okay. That's all for this week. Thanks very much for your time, Neville.
Thank you.